He is likely responsible for your muscle cramping stomach pain, all thanks to, that sounds weird, his comedic videos circulating the interwebs of social medias. And although you may not be entitled to financial compensation for your suffering,
New York native and comedian
Sam Morril has something even better up his sleeve to express his sincere apologies.
It's true. Known as one of the fastest rising stand-up comics in New York City and one of the best joke writers in the comedy community, Sam Morril has spent the last few months touring the United States and Canada for his Class Act comedy tour, and now he's making his way back home to the Big Apple. If you haven't already been fortunate enough to stumble across one of his hilarious videos or stalk him, you're in for a treat.
If you've got a problem right now, scream it out, and I will help. What does she spend your money on? Sounds like you just have a girlfriend, I think. Guy who's never met a woman before. Is she really hot? Did you really just call your girlfriend a 7? There's another way to say that. You say, she's beautiful to me. You got a problem right now.
Therapist, actor, comedian Sam Morril, he can do it all, and he's joining us, lucky us, on the couch this morning. Hello and welcome to New York Living, sir.
Oh, that guy, Phoenix, man. That's all. That's
That
all
was
I have to say.
Phoenix?
That was Phoenix? Oh, that's off the rails.
Of course it was
Arizona.
Phoenix.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
It's the Wild West.
Were you trained well to just say, my wife is beautiful to me, or my partner is beautiful to me? Or
I don't know if I was trained well. I'm just not an Arizona scumbag.
Woo! Shoot.
I don't know. That was like, you're calling your girlfriend a 7?
That was
If
rough.
Lander and Juliano say anything besides 11
Beat
out
it.
of 10,
Out.
they out.
Out
Y'all are
the
on
door.
the streets.
Yeah.
All right, so did you just come out the womb cracking jokes? When did you get bit by the comedy bug?
Yeah.
You know, it's a tale as old as time.
Yes.
I just went up, my first show, I killed. There was an agent in the crowd, and he was like, "You've got the goods." And after being kidnapped for just a few months in his basement, I was able to gnaw my way out with the ropes. And after just 10 more months, I was an open micer. So I did it.
Overnight success.
Overnight success.
Look at that.
Yeah.
And your teeth are still intact.
They
even
are.
though you gnawed away at those ropes.
I can gnaw, though. I'm a good gnawer.
I'll keep that in mind.
So when you're doing, I have so much respect for what you do and your contemporaries, because you're in front of perfect strangers. It could go one of two ways.
Sure.
Do you survey the room, or you're like, all right, I see where I'm going? How much of it is that, and how much of it is you've planned in your head what you're going to do?
No, I don't really plan it, because you can't plan it. You don't know what they're.
Raw
You plan
talent.
jokes, but
No
you
scripts.
don't really plan if it goes off the rails. You kind of just have to go off their energy, you know?
Yeah. And how
Yeah.
do you do that? Did you take an improv class?
No, I mean, I don't think an improv class you'd deal with this level of drunks. You have to be around just true animals all day, and then you're like, okay, now I know how to deal.
get
I'm
it.
like the drunk whisperer, you know?
I get it.
The drunk whisper. And we give you credit also because you could be up there in front of a sold-out show, and you could fire off a joke that worked well in Phoenix. You're in St. Louis, and it's crickets.
Never works in St. Louis. That's the problem. Missouri, you want to do an abortion joke, take it out of Missouri.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
They're against your right to choose to do an abortion joke. It's terrible. But
And they have a terrible baseball team, too.
they're bad.
Uh-oh. All right, simmer down.
No, but they're classic. But yeah, no, I've been to Missouri every year for like over a decade, so I always have good times there. But yeah, you never know. Naples is a terrible crowd. Reno is always.
Naples, because they can't hear you?
They're old. They're old as hell.
That's where my mother should go.
Shots
I
fired.
should
Really?
bring her down there.
No, you shouldn't wish that on your mom.
She's a sunshine. She can't. No, I couldn't get rid of Miriam if I tried, and I would never want to.
She didn't
Okay.
hear you say that, so you're lucky.
She can't hear a blessed thing. but
We
here
love
are.
you, Bear High.
Yeah.
Now, you're coming back to New York. You're a
Yeah.
native New Yorker, though.
I am.
Favorite place to eat in the city?
Oh, favorite place to eat.
Or just a favorite place
Favorite place.
Favorite borough?
to hang out.
Favorite borough. I mean, Staten Island. Great borough.
Not
Wow, not the
Shaolin.
forgotten
No,
borough.
no, I was kidding. No, I like, I like favorite place to eat. I mean, I go strip house, good steak.
A good steak.
Yeah, I
Okay.
like
Are you
that.
like a meat and potatoes kind of guy?
I like steak.
How do you
yeah.
like your steak cooked?
Medium rare.
Thank you.
Yeah, or
Okay.
even rare sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, how about you?
Medium rare.
Yeah.
Medium rare, but yeah, probably on the rare
It doesn't need
side.
to moo back at me. I don't
Yeah.
need
Moo,
to
what are you
know-
mooing at the steak?
I don't want the steak to be.
I
so-
want to go up behind a cow and slit a throat.
Is that
and
right?
Then,
And then see.
Yeah.
Wow.
I want to murder the cow.
Okay.
And
then
That's
have,
what,
eat it.
I think
And
they
have-
call that
Yeah.
farm to table.
Yeah.
that is fresh farm to table. You have a Netflix special.
Yeah.
Same time tomorrow.
Same time tomorrow.
Yeah.
What was that experience like?
It was cool. We did 7 shows. That was crazy, you know, to do 7 shows in Chicago. And I mean, that was. I like that special. That was a good one.
I liked
mean,
it too.
I guess it's hard to. You can't really like trash your. Yeah, I mean, I like all of them. You know, that's why I put them out. You know, but if I didn't like them, I would just scrap
You'd be
them.
like,
but,
"No way."
yeah, no, I like. That was a good one. I like this new hour's better though. I think.
Oh.
Why is that?
I've had more time. I've had more time to tour with it, and I've had more time to work. You need time, and yeah. So this one is really. I think this one's going to be really good. And November 4th, Theater at Madison Square Garden.
I
Less
mean,
than a
that's
month.
huge.
New hour.
Do you test your stuff on family members or friends or a tribe of confidants?
Other
Sometimes,
comics?
yeah. Sometimes comics. My family's tough. My mom gets like very upset by my jokes. She'll like, I'll tell her a joke, and she'll just be like, Sam, and I'm like, you're my mom. I don't know. I think it's funny, you know. I'll see her face in the crowd. I remember I was telling a story, a pretty salacious tale of me. A woman was performing a sex act on me, and I saw my mom. You could put it together probably,
Yeah.
but my mom I just see her face in the crowd like this.
Oh, she was there.
Yeah,
she
ironically,
came.
the woman in the story was in the same position, but so that wasn't doing any favors for me. But yeah, I'm like, Mom, I can see you. You're in the 4th row.
Pick your head up.
And
I can
she
see
was
you.
like this.
Yeah, and I can see you in the crowd.
She must be proud of you, though. Maybe.
She's proud, but I think
Perhaps.
there's like, I think she wishes I was like a humorist. She
Right.
wishes I was like I wish you would write in Shouts and Murmurs. I'm like, well, I've done some cool stuff too, Mom. You know. Sorry, I didn't write in the New Yorker this week. You know.
Next week.
Yeah.
And you have siblings.
They're both lawyers. I have a brother and sister who are both lawyers.
So you are the outlier. You're the.
Yeah, that's the nicer way to say black sheep, I think. The outlier.
From one black sheep. to
You're the
another.
failure.
No, not
Yeah.
at all.
Well, it's not your fault you work for the Mets. You're doing your best, you know?
I'm doing. If only my voice could change the way they played. I know. If only.
So
if
Yankees or Mets?
I'm a Yankees fan, but I'm the type of New Yorker that I do. Oh, well, we're not doing well either, yeah.
Whatever.
None of us are.
Until I die. Until the wheels
But
fall
I
off.
do root for New York sports, so I do still root for the Mets. I'm a Giants fan. I still root for the success of the Jets.
She likes the Eagles.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, you know what?
The Eagles suck.
No, they don't.
No, they're great, but I hate them.
Jalen Hurts is putting a hurting on everybody. They're great right
Jalen
now.
Hurts for
Yeah.
president.
Perfect record.
You are known during your shows to offer advice,
Sure.
which we thought was very interesting. So we thought we'd ask you for some advice.
Sure, I feel like I'm great at it.
By the way, these are problems that we and
We
members
may or
of
may
our
not
team
have.
may or may not have. We're not
Yeah.
going to tell you whose problem is what.
Okay.
But when you're ready. Okay, number 1. How do you handle a horrible roommate?
Ooh, that's tough. I've had them before. It's tough. I think for one thing, yeah, you know what I hate? This is the roommate peeve I have, is the roommate who's always in the common area. It's like you just slept with a one-night stand. Now you go into the bathroom, you have to make eye contact with the dude you met on
blech.
Craigslist.
Stop it.
After I just slept with someone I also met on Craigslist. It's unacceptable. Another peeve I have with roommates.
Did you call it the room peeve?
The room peeve.
I like that one.
And then, this happened in college. I was living with these 2 guys that were such slobs that I got an STD from one of their towels.
No, you did not.
Well, maybe it was his girlfriend. I don't know. But either way,
Oh my God.
I blame it on the towel.
That's it.
No, I was from a towel, for real.
Where did you go to? You know what? I want to know. I don't want to know. I don't
I have
want
some
to.
thoughts.
Yeah.
No.
Well, speaking of towels,
Speaking of towels.
Oh.
We have one.
thank you for
Okay.
that layup.
We'd like to see you fold this towel.
You wanna see me
'cause
fold
this?
this?
will determine
Whether-
how the rest of this segment goes.
A lesser comedian would turn this into a turban or shape it like a penis, but that's not what you,
You
get
know
out of me,
what?
so I'm not going to do
Daytime
that.
television-
You're at your house. You just did laundry. You're putting the. Oh God.
Yeah. Do you fold your own laundry?
Or do
You
send
sent it away. You're a big time comic. You can have someone do
I
it for
don't.
you.
Yeah,
could pay
I
people
do
for
it
that.
sometimes.
Okay.
I'm just,
This is how. This is.
and then you
okay.
put it over the rack
But
thing.
what
No,
if you're
no, if
putting it
it's
away
going in the closet.
Oh, in the closet? Okay, hold on.
This This is serious.
This is
you
chance
know what?
two.
This is the best towel we found, so you better treat it nice.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, God, I feel better.
Now we're
already.
asking,
How's that?
This is making me very nervous.
We're off to a good start.
We're asking you this because, you know, this is how you determine who your mate is going to be. Whether
Really?
Or not the way in which they fold a towel.
But what if I make enough money to just send it out and you don't have to
Well,
do
then that's
that?
a
Then that's
different show
fine.
for a different time, and then we don't need to make you fold a towel.
Is that better?
You know what?
It started off well. It did not end well, but you know what? It's fine.
It's like all my relationships.
This is-
Oh, no.
Let's do one more.
It's all right.
Oh,
Oh, and the last but not least, yes.
this is for you. Somebody asks you on National Pasta Day, what's your favorite kind of pasta?
What do you say?
My favorite pasta is probably a good orchietti, maybe.
Oh, shoot.
little
Okay, how about
ears.
if you ask somebody that and their response is rice?
I mean, they're Mexican? I don't know.
They're Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Exactly. They're me.
Yeah.
I prefer rice over pasta.
Yeah, New York. I should have said Puerto Rican. What are we in
Nobody
Texas?
ever-
Why did I say Mexican?
Exactly.
What am I
Listen,
doing?
before you head to the garden, remember, your target audience, Puerto Ricans.
I'll take it. We need
Just
all the
wa-
tickets we can get.
Just stop in there saying, Yo soy boricua.
Pa que tú lo sepas. I'm also a quarter Jew this quarter.
What does that mean?
Why did you do it like that?
I don't know, because that's the quarter Jew that I am. Sam, thank you so
Oh,
much.
thank you guys. I appreciate
He,
it.
been
he doesn't
interesting.
know what to do with us.
No. He's
Tell
like, this was the
folks-
weirdest interview I've ever done.
Grab your tickets. The Class Act Comedy Tour at Madison Square Garden. That's a huge
The biggest
thing,
stage in the
dude.
world.
I'll bring the towel with me.
Please
I'll
do.
pull
November
funny
4th.
crop work with
November
the towel.
fourth. You
4th
should-
during the New York Comedy Festival.
Oh.
Visit sammorril.com for more info and to purchase your tickets. Congratulations.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Go Knicks.
Go
Maybe?
Knicks. Let's
Maybe?
go. And Liberty tonight.
I know. We're in the finals.
Let's go.
The
We're
only-
down one,
the
so we
only
gotta,
team, or the only New York team winning.